Yes, welcome back, folks, and thank you for joining me for part two of this quest that we're on to quieten down the TT120 track. Apologies, it's taken a little while to get this ready to rock and roll. After part one went out, the video, I have literally spent 12 solid days working at my new job, which is quite exciting. And I have no time really in the shed. Well, a little bit, the odd half an hour here and there, but not enough to finish the content as I needed to. But before we get started on that today, I'm going to say a quick hello and welcome to all of our new subscribers. Amazingly, the numbers keep ticking up. I'm amazed that you lot still want to sit here or sit there and watch this Muppet drink tea in front of his camera. But there you go. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate your time and consideration to subscribe and like to our channel. Thank you very, very much. It means the world to me. But yes, so let's crack on, shall we? Where I left it last time round, if you can recall, I had taken up all the cork from my TT120 layout and we'd managed to get the noise level down quite a lot. I think my passing comments were something along the lines of, "This is the issue," and I was waving around some bits of brittle cork and complaining bitterly about the noise it was creating. Well, since then, I've done a number of tests on various different products, different adhesives, different surfaces to mount the track onto, and it got a bit confusing. There was lots of comments. Thank you very, very much for all of your time and effort you put into such amazing comments into the last couple of videos. Lots of suggestions of what to do and things to try and quieten it all down. Now, I have done vigorous testing, shall we say, with lots and lots of products. I'm not going to show you all of them because literally we're going to be here till next year if I do. But working where I do, I have access to plenty of different adhesives, okay, and I have, the stuff in the shed here to test stuff and give it all a go. I'm not going to narrow it down today to really the 3 or 4 most commonly spoken about potential fixes, shall we say. Yeah, and the result was not fantastic, as you'll see in a second. So let's start off. Okay, put my cup of tea down. Right, so the first thing that we looked at was PVA glue. PVA glue with cork holding the track in position, and that was a disaster, as you heard last time round. So we're looking on to other brands of glue, for example, like Copydex and Mod Podge, which seems to be quite a popular suggestion. There were suggestions of having no underlay underneath the track at all. There were suggestions of carpets and foams and that sort of stuff. All of that would help somehow, no matter what you put underneath the track, would somehow be blown out of the way a little bit by when you put the PVA glue on to do the ballasting. So trying to find a product that can do both of those things, adhere the track, adhere the underlaying material, and not cause a lot of noise when you put the ballasting down, is going to be quite difficult. I'll show you what I've done so far. Okie dokie, so here we go then. So for this part, you may have noticed a bit of a rumbling in the background. I've had my heater going, so it's a bit chilly in here today. So now turn that off so you can get the full effect of my experiments and tests, shall we say. Okay, so what have we got here? We have got strips of the insulation board, of which I had my TT track mounted onto. And the reason I'm testing it down here on the bench rather than up on the shelf area is because a number of people thought that the acoustics of the room may be causing the noise that I could hear. And like I said before, yes, it will have an effect being a wooden room. It will make noises louder, but I'm pretty confident it wasn't because the roof was so close. But to eliminate that, I put all the parts down here so you can still hear the differences just away from the roof to try and eliminate that as a potential cause. Okay. So when we last spoke, this is the position that we were in. Okay, we were looking at the foam with the track at the time not glued or adhered to it in any way, shape or form. Okay, now I've got my little TT wagon here. Okay, and I'm just going to gently run it across the track. Okay, with no glue whatsoever. So here we go. I'm not putting any pressure on that at all. That is literally just backs and forwards. Okay. Nice and quiet, and exactly the kind of level that I'm looking for. So after the camera stopped rolling on part one, the first thing I did was grab some of the sticky back tape, okay, the foam tape, and I stuck that down to this. In fact, let's do it now, shall we? Same wagon again. Still quite loud. That eliminated that out the window. The noise has returned, and it's simply the track being stuck to the surface of the foam. All of a sudden, we're back in the noise. Again, not pushing down any pressure on that wagon, it's just rolling across the top. Clearly from that quick test, it's not just the glue, it's not just the cork, it is the adhesion of the track to the foam that amplifies the sound. So, not to be outdone, I thought I'd try straightforward copy decks. Now, copy decks that we've got here, there we go, one of those. Copy decks, a lot of people use copy decks. It's got more of a rubbery texture to it once it's dry, a more rubbery feel. And again, instantly noisy, straight away. So again, it's the adhesion of the track to the foam, amplifying the sound. Okay, so the next one to try was Mod Podge. Okay, got Mod Podge holding the track to the cork and Mod Podge holding the cork to the foam. Let's give this a go as well. Still quite noisy, and indeed no different to the copy decks on its own. There's a slight change in pitch. There's a bit more deeper note to this, but it's still quite a loud noise. So let's try copy decks. Copy decks holding the track to the cork, copy decks holding the cork to the foam. Very, very noisy. Okay, so this kind of, like I say, this is just a few of the tests I've done. I've done lots and lots of different variations, different combinations, and they've all had the same result. As soon as you stick that track to that foam amplifies the sound. Now, if, for example, I managed to find a material that went underneath there and deadened the sound, as I previously said, as soon as I try and add ballast, mixed with PVA glue to go to the top of all this and put the scenics down, that's going to instantly resonate again with the glue. So, unfortunately for me, it looked like the only answer that I could find to get it at an acceptable level of noise, you've guessed it folks, you've got to be ditching the foam. You've got to ditch the foam. So before I took it all apart, here we have a piece of wood, okay, on this side, haha, there we go, we have got the track using the tape, and then thinking ahead, I thought I need to look at what it'd be like with the ballast on. So I have actually, once it's been taped down, I'll lace this whole thing with a big old dollop of PVA glue, okay, trying to mimic me putting the ballast down, because I can't do it right now because I haven't got any. But there's PVA glue all in the sleepers, there's PVA down the side, there's a rock solid surface bonding this all together, and it literally is, it's solid, and it's a crispy finish. Okay, a crispy finish, no less. So let's give this a go. Got the wagon on there. And look at that, so much nicer compared to this. Like I say, there's no pressure on that wagon. I'm literally just got enough pressure just to move backwards and forwards. And the noise, you can hear difference from the wood to the foam is massive. So, not quite the result I thought I was going to be getting, and not the result I wanted. I really genuinely thought I would find a solution. I'd find a bonding agent to get it all stuck together that wouldn't transfer the noise. And I was wrong. Very, very wrong. And so, as you can imagine, yeah, another rebuild. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole rebuild. There's no need for having that. But as you can see, the track is now down. It's been bonded down with the black tape. Okay, I've used again plywood for the corners, built that all up, and actually I've got to be honest, now it's down, looking at it, it does look a damn sight nicer and a bit more sturdy. You know, it's a weird thing, I've got to be honest, that while I was taking it all apart, back in my head I was thinking, no mate, you've been doing this for a couple of years now, you should be so much further down the road with this. It shouldn't just be a bloody shelf by now, it should be a full-on layout. I see people making full, you know, it all finished within 6 months, and there's me, I'm still nailing down everything. And then on the flip side of it, the more I thought about it, I thought, you know what, maybe a couple of years, but I've done a lot in them 2 years. It hasn't just been building a railway, it's done a lot of stuff with EV, lots of little projects that we worked on, as you guys who regularly follow the channel know. So my disheartenment of yet another rebuild to my layouts has ended up a bit of soul searching, you know, and now it's all done and it's working. I'm really chuffed with it, and I'm going to get it going. Yeah, so I'm not going to bang on forever about this, but all I will say is now it's all done, I'm really pleased with it. It does look really, really good. It looks far more solid than it did do. I'm actually going to still use bits of foam. Where I had made the rock faces, I've managed to trim them down, and I shall basically stick those to the wood, so I've still got the same finish at the front. I can still make the rock faces that I wanted. And in fact, as I was rebuilding all of this, I actually stumbled across some cardboard Metcalf kit arches which I'd forgotten about. They were lurking underneath my bench here, so I've actually made use of them in the far corner, and I think it looks quite nice up there. I've got to be honest, I quite like it. And yeah, now finally the track is down, it's stuck down, it's not moving at all ever. I can finally start looking at some scenic stuff. I need to save up some money first to get some equipment, and then once I've got some money together, I'm going to be ordering some stuff up, and we'll start making it look like a railway rather than just a plank of wood stuck to a wall. So here I am, look, happy bunny, and I'm really grateful for you joining me on this. I hope some of you have found it useful, and if you have any questions, please ask. In the meantime, enjoy your railways, and I will see you on the next episode. Thank you very much. See you later.